Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the 1987 Supermod. I'm your host, as always, Brad Drake, and this is my AWA save. December is winding down here. We only have this day, which is Thursday, and then 3 more. And then we, everybody, are into 1988, and we have some big things in store for 1988. But tonight, we've got a spot show in Waukesha, Wisconsin, and we are running at Waukesha South High School. All right, Waukesha South High School has been selected as our venue. Let's take a look at our backstage incidents. Oh boy. It looks like all protege work here because we have a pretty darn healthy locker room. Most of these wrestlers will probably never be anything but enhancement talent, but hey, at least they're learning from our crafty veterans. Let's take a look at some absentees, and it's nothing but the usual. Let's go ahead and let's break down our card for tonight. In our opener, Wayne the Train Bloom is going to face DJ Peterson. Dukes and Jammer are in action against the Texas Hangmen. Vivian Vachon is going to face Candi Devine in a ladies match. Pat Tanaka is going to face the freshly back in the AWA Mr. Electricity Steve Regal, who this time is having a big babyface run with World Light Heavyweight Champion Nelson Royal. Kiniski and Rich are going to face the Midnight Express in the semi-main, and in our main event here at Waukesha South High School, helping to raise funds with for the Waukesha South Athletic Club is Baron von Raschke, the legend in Wisconsin that he is, facing that arrogant jerk, Larry Zbyszko. You know what time it is. I know what time it is. Everybody knows what time it is. Let's get to booking. All right, Bloom and Peterson kicking us off here. And I believe this is a 12-minute bout. But we'll go ahead and make that adjustment if necessary. Oh, I'm going to turn off the sound there. I hate that sound in Windows. And it does it all the time in TEW. So I always turn off the sound. All right, there's DJ Peterson. And Peterson's getting the win here. He deserves it. He's a good wrestler. All right, let's double check to make sure. Yeah, 12 minutes, and then Dukes and Jammer versus the Hangmen are next. All right, that's booked out. Next, we have Dukes and Jammer going against the Texas Hangmen. That one's going to be a 14-minute bout. And I think Tommy Jammer is still hurt, but that's okay. Work through it, kid. All right, we're going to book this one. Jammer is no longer hurt. We're going to leave that one wide open. It doesn't matter to me who wins. All right, next we have Vivian Vachon and Candi Devine. And they're going 14. This should be one heck of a ladies match here. Two very good wrestlers in the ring. All right, Candi Devine's got very hot momentum. Vivian Vachon has bad momentum. We're going to give the win to Vivian Vachon here. Both these ladies are former AWA women's champions, and both were very good wrestlers. Next, Pat Tanaka and Steve Regal, and they're going to go 16. And they are going to put on a technical wrestling display for us because both men are very capable. And there's Steve Regal. Now I found him. See? All right, Steve Regal's going to get the win here because he needs to get the win. We're building him up against Nelson Royal. This match is going to be a technical masterclass. And we are booked out. Let's take a look. Kiniski and Rich versus the Midnight Express. Oh, gotta go to tag team view. Sorry, folks, I haven't recorded in a couple days. I get rusty when I don't record for a couple days. And of course, This one goes 16 or 18. Let's double check. 18. And of course, the Midnight Express are going to get the win. And you know, Paulie is going to help him get the win. You know, a spot show this small, most likely Paul E. in real life would not have been on the card because it's just a small spot show. It's a fundraiser. But in TEW land, they are, just like the Texas Hangmen will have Don Carson with them. All right, so the Midnight Express are going to get the win. And then there's our big main event going 25 minutes. And it's Von Raschke versus Zbyszko. And there's the Baron. And there's Larry Zbyszko. And of course, Larry Zbyszko is going to go over here. And Baron Von Raschke is not going to mind. He's at the end of his career. We're going to have Zbyszko go over clean, too. No reason to have 2 screw job finishes in a row. All right, 111 minutes, the usual. And it's a good-looking card. We're going to raise some money for this athletic department here for Waukesha South High School. On a side note, everybody, a very exciting side note, I have been working hard on version 8.0 of the Supermod. I don't know when it's going to be released yet. I still have some other work to go. But just so you know, I have added Polynesian Pacific Championship Wrestling, which was Peter Maivia's promotion, NWA promotion, which then his wife started running after he passed away in 1982. This is the promotion that Rocky Johnson worked for and a bunch of other big-name wrestlers over the years. So I have added that into version 8.0 along with all 4 of the historic title belts that promotion had. Big-time 50th State Wrestling folded, and Peter Maivia inherited the NWA Hawaiian heavyweight title and all its legacy. So that title was defended for a little bit of time in the promotion, so that title is retired, but it's been added, and boy, it took a long time to do all those title changes. Also, I added the Hawaiian Tag Team title under PPCW, even though the Hawaiian Tag title was never defended in PPCW as far as I can tell. But it may have been, so I put it in there anyway. And then, of course, the NWA Polynesian Pacific Heavyweight and NWA Polynesian Pacific Tag Team are active in the promotion. Now, Polynesian Pacific Championship Wrestling didn't really run after 1986, but they didn't officially close their doors until 1989. So what they did, though, they still had a television show that they ran every week. It was kind of like the AWA, late in the AWA, where they weren't functioning as a promotion anymore, but they were still running television. Championship Wrestling from Hawaii, run by PPCW, was still doing just that. So that's reflected in the game. And I had to create a bunch of wrestlers for their roster and commentators and ring announcers and referees and stuff like that. It was a lot of work as usual. I mean, it was probably realistically 12 to 16 hours of work to go ahead and put all that information, but it's in there and it looks great. Also, something I've been wanting to do for a while that I haven't, I went through and edited up Pacific Northwest Wrestling and made sure that it is now historically accurate. For example, the Pacific Northwest television title did not exist until November 87, so I made sure to get that the proper picture and to also make sure that that was retired and not yet in the game. There is also some really interesting things, such as Rowdy Roddy Piper was actually the booker for PNW in May of 1987. His assistant, of course, was Len Denton, the grappler, but Roddy Piper was on Portland television, and he was allowed by Vince McMahon to be the booker and to have a stake in Pacific Northwest Wrestling. He just couldn't get in the ring and wrestle for Pacific Northwest Wrestling. So that is in the game. Also, Pacific Northwest Wrestling now has its real schedule, including the Portland Sports Arena, which was the home arena for Pacific Northwest Wrestling, owned, of course, by Don Owen, and that has been added. And another thing, Don Owen never retired until he got rid of sold the promotion. And in our game, always within the first few months of the game, Don Owen always retires. Not the case anymore. In the famous words of the Dean, Gordon Soley, Don Don Owen's going to stick around for the long haul. So, things have gotten more realistic, and all this will be at your fingertips on version 8.0 whenever I release it. I'm not sure when. So, stay tuned, everybody. Let's go ahead and let's start this show. All right, Bloom and Peterson get a 44. There's no red text of doom. That's a good sign. DJ Peterson gets the win, and we got some holding back business and Bloom's usual, takeaways because he's young and inexperienced. Moving right, that's some beef in the ring right there. Because Wayne Bloom was a big dude, and so was DJ Peterson. DJ Peterson was all windstrawled up. He was a monster. All right, Dukes and Jammer get beat by the Texas Hangmen with the Hangmen drop. Look at that. We got no red text of doom. So that means all four of these men are starting to get over here in the Great Lakes territory. This is a really good sign. And a 44 overall. Not bad for these two inexperienced young teams. And the usual stuff, but I don't see any holding back stuff. So terrific. I'm happy. Moving right along. Vivian, Vachon and Candi Devine only get a 49. That's a little bit disappointing. I thought they would do a little bit better than that. But that's okay. And there's no takeaways here. So not bad. Vivian Vachon needed that win. That's good for her. All right, Steve Regal beats Pat Tanaka here. This match gets a 59 overall. Regal got a 73. He looked good. And Regal gets the holding back slightly. Regal's well-suited. Tanaka should have been well-suited too. He was a technical genius, but 59, not bad. All right, 66 for the Midnight Express over Kiniski and Rich. And I'm sure it's the usual factors here, but it was also important for the Midnight Express to go ahead and get a win. And we get the holding back slightly stuff and experience. The usual. All right, our main event. Look at that score, everybody. 86 overall. Larry Zbyszko gets a nice win and a nice score. Larry Zbyszko is terrific. He is excellent for us. And a little bit of a kickback or a takeaway with Zbyszko holding back slightly and Von Raschke's declining physical ability. But overall, solid main event score. Good match between these two. I am very happy. 1,200 people, a nice sellout here. We raised some money for that Waukesha South High School Athletic Club. Let's go ahead and finish the show. Excuse me. Had a little bit of a cough there. We finish up with a 78 overall. Not bad for a spot show. And this should be taking us right back into our tour, which is going to kick off here on Friday. And we're traveling down to Milwaukee. Actually, I think we're heading like southeast to Milwaukee. Steve Armstrong is gone. We gave it a shot. Didn't work out, but that's okay. Scotty Steiner still a free agent? He is. Scotty Steiner is a free agent. I just don't have room for him right now. I wish I did, but I just don't have room for him. Hate mail is accepted. If you want to send hate mail over that, I understand. We'll try to figure something out. Candi Devine is turning into a good worker. Larry, she's been around longer than you. No, I take that back. Candi Devine is young here at this point. Yeah, she's been around 7 years. How long has Larry been around at this point? Larry's been around 14. All right. This is fair. Okay, thanks for the kind words, Larry. We appreciate it. We like Candi Devine, too. All right, we're going to go ahead and close that one out. There's not anything else. Let's see who wants more money. Mike Richards, the guy that's never here, wants to make $150 a show. Check this out. Accept pay request. Now watch this. You ready? Pay attention. This is how you hook this up. All right. Mike Richards. AWA. The cat's going back to $20. See that? See how that works? Hey, you may call it cheating. I call it being realistic. And for those of you playing Brad Drake Bingo, that's another one for you right there. All right, let's check out what's going on around the game world. There's not a whole lot. CWA's got a live event. The Sheepherders against the Interns. The Sheepherders probably bled buckets, and the Interns is a dumb name for Ron Bass and Roger Smith. Memphis Vice over Billy Travis and Jeff Jarrett. Remember, we got to keep an eye on CWA here since they're working with us. We're in the same alliance. We're working together. Speaking of that, big news, folks, coming up for 88. We're going to bring back 3 super cards. We're going to bring back Super Sunday. We are going to bring back Wrestle Rock, and we are also going to bring back, well, it's going to be the 3rd edition, and it's going to be realistic, and in the 2nd week of December, Super Clash 3 will be featured. So we got some big action coming, and I am considering doing the Team Challenge Series, but not in the horrible way the AWA actually did it. We'll make it into a tag tournament. But I'm looking into it. I'm thinking about it. We got some time here. We'll work our magic and do our thing. All right, everybody. Let's take a look at our creative. We haven't looked at this in a while. Yeah. Bockwinkel's still the top dog. Jimmy Snuka. Man, we got a solid roster right now. A solid roster. All the way. Very pleased. I'm just concerned when we start hitting May, who's going to be gone and scooped up by the WBF, and there's going to be nothing we can do about it. So let's head back over to our tour. Got the tour coming up. Iron Sheik and Sergeant Slaughter on top here in Milwaukee. And we might have to change that around. We might have to put Saito and Zbyszko versus Bockwinkel and Stevens on top. And we may do just that. But I'll think about it. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow with action. Facebook.com/groups/1987Supermod. Join us in conversation about the Supermod. BradDrake.net. Go there. Drop me a line. I'll be more than happy to send you over the link where you can download the picture pack and database of version 7.0. Not 8.0. It's not out yet, but 7.0. And of course, last but not least, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave us some comments, and share this video with your friends. They were talking about us on Reddit, everybody, so people are out there sharing. Take care, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow.